Good morning, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Once again, just ensure that you watch the entirety of this video because it explains exactly what you need to do. Any questions that are not answered within this video, then do feel free to ask. I'm going to skip a few of these slides because some of them are repeated from last week. But task 1 remains the same. So I need you to record yourself reciting 3 new ayahs, or if in the previous week you hadn't memorized your 3 new surahs, then if you've done them now, record them. But the priority is memorizing your 3 new ayahs, okay? 3 new verses, not surahs. If you've done that from last week, then that's fine. If you've reviewed and learnt your 3 surahs, then obviously recite those. But the priority is 3 new verses, okay? Then once you've done that, send that to me. Then moving into task 2 is your Quranic reading. So open up to Surah Al-Ahzab, Surah 33, and again, using the feedback provided to you, basically try and re-record this using the first 4 verses of the surah to record with. Now what I'm going to do is, after this video, I'm going to also send a link for the first 4 verses of the surah. I will recite it and I will showcase what the mistakes are, and then see if you can kind of make improvement against that, okay? So make sure that you listen to the Surah Al-Ahzab video link when you get onto task 2, see how I'm doing it, and then see if you can try and copy it. It doesn't need to be carbon copy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and explain, or here's a ghunna, here's a mad, make sure you add it in so that you can start to make some improvement. Right, just a quick recap. We've been doing this project. Make sure you've completed this task where you've researched through these website links the effect of coffee or drugs, and then make sure that you've done task 4, which is connecting science with Islam, so connecting this topic with Islam. Now what I've done, I don't think it was there last week, but I've included some possible evidences, okay? Because I found that I think some of us were struggling. So what I've done is I've left the Quran.com and Sunnah.com websites open so you can still use those if you want to find other evidences. But I've included these 5 different evidences. Now, they might connect, they might not connect. That's for you to make a decision on. So they may connect, they may not connect. And it might be all 5 of them connect, it might be 2 of them connect, 1 of them, 3, 4. But the whole point is that your evidence is not going to be talking about drugs, it's not going to be talking about coffee, it's not going to be talking about things like that. It will be talking about something which is kind of indirect, which you could use in your own way, so to speak. So just have a read through these and ask yourself, could they maybe connect? Have they got something to do with altering one's mind or state or whatever else? Now, if not, then go to Quran.com, go to Sunnah.com, and if I were you, the keywords that I would be using might be, for example, if you want to compare like smoking, cigarettes or whatever else, see what's said about that. You might not find anything on here because remember there was no smoking at the time of the Prophet Muhammad. But if you want to use, say, alcohol as an example, why is alcohol forbidden? Because it plays with the mind. Why is smoking not allowed? According to scholars, because it plays not with the mind, but obviously with the body and so forth. So you might want to, like I say, see if there's a way you can find about coffee or maybe addiction or maybe too much or something. If I were you, maybe the keywords I would be typing in would be words like, moderation, middle way. Those 2 would be your keywords, because the Prophet does talk about how as Muslims we need to be on the middle path. We need to take a moderate view, not an extreme view in any point. So you could then use that as your evidence if you want to showcase that the Prophet's telling us that whenever we do anything, we should be moderate, and by drinking too much coffee would be classified as being going too extreme and whatever else. And it's like if someone eats and eats and eats and eats and becomes really extreme in their eating, then they've taken an extreme pathway. Anyway, once you've linked in with Islam, then from last week that you've got your task 5, which is your project, right? Now you should have already made a start to this, okay? And like I say, you could create a PowerPoint which is a few slides long, a video which is educational, a newspaper, magazine article, an interview, or a poster, and this is the rubric that you should be referring to see whether you would be getting, full marks or not. Now, this is the next bit which you need to be really wary of, is this. Next week's lesson will be on Teams call, so I'm going to be basically calling all of you up, and it will be at that point you will be sharing your project to the class whilst we watch or listen to you present. If you're doing a PowerPoint, then you'll be sharing that on your screen to the rest of the class. And we're going to watch, and then I'm going to ask people at random to give me some feedback. If, for example, you've created a poster, then you could do a screenshot or a scan and then upload that and present it that way. Or you can do it on the video call feature where basically, you're showcasing your poster, and only your poster, of course, and you're talking through what's going on in your poster. So just keep this in mind. The next week is going to be on Teams call, and we're going to be presenting these projects. So they do need to be finished today. Right, any questions in the meantime, do feel free to ask, and good luck with that.